365 days. This day is a pathetic sequel to a terrible original. It could have been an elaborate music video considering the endless songs that keep on playing in the background, or even an adult entertainment video, but as a film, it lacks every necessary element. After 20 minutes or so of intense lovemaking, the filmmaker decides to include a story to complement it. Laura is now married to Massimo. She wants to take control of her situation, reminding him how she cannot be treated as an object. The character does not have any sense of independence or depth, and the script does not help to make it any better. Laura and Massimo enjoyed their honeymoon, but after returning, she started to feel empty. She missed working and having control of her life. She complains about it to Massimo, and to make her feel better, he buys her a clothing company to look after. She was overjoyed at the opportunity and could not wait to lead the company. Meanwhile, Olga falls in love with Domenico, Massimo's trusted man. Spoiled by the riches around them, the best friends had the best time ever. Domenico proposed to Olga for marriage, and she agreed without any hesitation. While life seems to be great, there is a threat lurking. Laura gets to know about Massimo's twin brother, but he chooses not to discuss it with her. She is enraged by his behavior and decides to follow him to a party, where she spots him with Anna. As she entered her room, she found Massimo and Anna in a compromising position. This breaks her heart, and she decides to leave the party. Nacho, the new gardener at Massimo's place, follows her in his car. She chooses to leave with Nacho and asks him to take her wherever he wants. Laura started to depend on Nacho. He provided her with food and company. What was strange was that she always spoke about being free, but when she finally had the chance, she chose to run away with another man she barely knew and live in his captivity. Nacho's help did not come without a price. He was not the innocent gardener she had assumed initially. He was a lot more complicated, and she wanted to unveil the truth. While Nacho hid a dark secret, he confessed that his feelings for her were genuine. But Laura had enough deceitful men in her life and decided to end it all by finally confronting Massimo. Who was Nacho? Nacho introduced himself as the new gardener at Massimo's house. From the moment Laura set her eyes on him, she was mesmerized. His tattooed arms and his muscular physique charmed her. When Laura felt cheated, she sought respite in Nacho. He was a Spanish man, and he took her to his house, which he shared with his sister. Laura was surprised by the luxurious villa. When she questioned him about it, he responded by saying that his father was a wealthy man and that the house was his. He did not wish to live under his father's shadow, which is why he worked jobs that he enjoyed and hoped to be independent someday. There was an obvious attraction between Laura and Nacho. Her mind was busy thinking about him giving her pleasure. She could picture him as her lover, someone innocent and far away from the notoriety of her husband. Nacho took her on multiple dates by the beach, where he taught her to surf, and they shared several happy moments. Laura was alarmed when she noticed him talking to a man and felt that the discussion was intense. She had her doubts, but did not instantly question him. But when Nacho asked her to join him when he was about to meet his father, she confronted him. She knew something was wrong because Massimo was supposed to be present there as well. She asked him to reveal his identity. Nacho replied that he was Marcelo Nacho Matas, the son of Don Fernando Matas, who was the head of the local mafia and was the eternal rival of Massimo's family. Laura realized it was all a plan, and she was the victim. She expressed how she had trusted him and believed that he was her only friend. Nacho confessed that he too fell for her, but at times, family comes before everything else. Even though he hoped for a different ending, he could not betray his family. Laura accompanied Nacho to his father's place. Massimo joined them. Did Massimo cheat on Laura? Did Laura manage to survive? Laura was taken away by Don Fernando's bodyguards. Meanwhile, the men sat for a business discussion. The Matas were disappointed with Massimo's expansion. They had a non-aggression treaty with Massimo's father, but they could not abide by it any longer since Massimo was breaking the rules. They were the ones who attacked Laura in the previous season inside the tunnel that led to the death of their unborn child. But since their warning did not have any effect on him, they tried to attack him another time through Laura. They proposed Massimo make his brother the head of the empire since the mafia wanted it, but Massimo could not agree with it. His brother was the one who had set up the deal that led to his father's death, and to this day, he could not forgive him. When Massimo asked about Laura's safety, Don Fernando confirmed that she was safe with his trusted personal bodyguard, Miguel. Nacho was shocked to know that, since he had seen Enrique and other bodyguards take Laura away, they realized that someone else had entered the game. Meanwhile, Laura was taken to see a man who looked like Massimo. She cursed him for cheating on her, but when she looked him in the eyes, she knew it was not the Massimo she knew. She questioned his identity, and he revealed that he was his twin brother, Adriano. He was born 10 minutes after Massimo, and that marked his ill fate. The empire fell upon Massimo after the death of their father, and he wanted to take it away from him. He had conspired with Don Fernando to take away the empire. But he did not wish to let go of the chance to hurt his brother, who he believed had it all. Adriano was visibly mentally disturbed. Massimo and Nacho entered the scene, and Adriano threatened to murder Laura. Anna joined them as well. She played a decisive role in the scheme of things. She was heartbroken when Massimo chose Laura over her, and she opted for vengeance. Adriano deceived Laura by pretending to be Massimo, who was seen cheating with Anna by Laura. In that moment of desperation, Laura ran away from the grasp of Adriano. Anna fired a shot, and Laura collapsed on the floor. Nacho shot Anna, and she fell to the ground. Massimo pulled the trigger and murdered his brother. Nacho was about to shoot Massimo, but he decided against it. Perhaps it was Laura who made Nacho take a different stance. She had said that there was always a choice. As Nacho left the scene, Massimo held on to Laura, but she had lost consciousness and was bleeding away. From what it seems to be, it will be difficult for Laura to survive. Massimo lost the only family member he had, and before dying, Adriano mentioned how they had killed Massimo's unborn child in the tunnel attack. He had a chance at growing his family, but his brother and the business he was involved in led to the destruction of it. It seems like the story has reached its end, but writers are notorious for weaving tales from nothing. Though considering the quality of it, it will be a relief to not have another round of 365 days.